Hey everyone, and welcome back to another stream for Unreal and Realtime with CG Spectrum. Today I've got a couple of random odds and ends things to be worrying about. Oh, and then we've got a background thing that we can talk about. I've updated the background from last week. We've managed to get a few of the fixes in that we were, or a few of the features in that we wanted to do from last week, so that was fun. There's a couple of things I probably want to do to fix it, so maybe we'll cover that today as well. But either way, it's pretty good, not bad. And what else are we talking about? Oh yeah, so then we're going to do a couple more random things. There was a great conversation that someone brought up in terms of how to bring textures across from Unreal to Maya, and I suggested USD, but without any expectations that that's going to work. And they said it worked, so I'm like, what? That worked so easily? I don't know if it worked easily, but I'm going to try it today, and we're going to try it and see if we can get it. I've got some stuff installed from the NVIDIA side, and I really have no idea what I'm going to do there. So we're just going to play around for a while and see if we can get something to work. And if I can't, then I'm going to ask some questions to this guy, one of the students that managed to get it working, see if I can figure out what the mystery was. And then we're going to talk a bit more about some control rig stuff. And there's a couple of things I want to try and see if I can get working. And we might uncover some cool tricks as we try to do that. So I'm going to kill some time doing that. And then, yeah, we'll see where we're at that point. So, let's see here. What do we got? I got Dave here. We got Gabe here. Hey, guys. Welcome. So, here I am with NVIDIA software installed. I really have no idea where I'm heading with this. I installed it, got all my login stuff working, and somehow there's a USD support in here. Let me go back to the website that I was looking at originally. Got two USDs for both of them. Here's my submission. It's basically like this NVIDIA. Oh, hey, we got Jono 3D. Hello, Simon. Have a nice stream. Thanks for wishing a nice stream. So we've got an open beta program, which I may or may not be relevant to what we're trying to do here. But basically USD is a file format that you can do. Oh, and this is migration, which is not the same thing, unless you want to migrate to Unreal 5. USD is a universal scene description, which basically allows us to carry data, 3D data, from one into a file format that can be read between different softwares. And it's pretty interesting as a future format. It's only just recently that both Maya and Unreal have support for it. Maya just got support for it fairly recently, like, you know, very recently. That's ridiculously recent. I actually didn't realize it was that recent. And then Unreal has still got not a fully fleshed out version of USD as a plugin. So, and I think we have had some interest in trying to figure this out before, but I kind of just fall apart when it comes to knowing where to start. So that's what I'm trying to figure out today. See if we can get some answers, questions. Something like that, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't think I'm in the right section here. Let me just back out for a minute here. Omniverse platform, where was it? I had this excellent little explanation of how they can connect portals between different softwares like Maya and Unreal, connect libraries. And that's kind of the idea of what USD does, is it just basically holds all this data in a very live and dynamic way. And there's a couple, or at least one mentor that I know who is trying to use it in their pipeline, but his feedback was like, it's not surprising that nobody else uses this. It's actually very finicky and challenging. So I've always been kind of discouraged since then. But because the student managed to get it working where they got the textures from Unreal to work in Maya, it's quite interesting. And he said that he used this NVIDIA. Let me just jump back to that comment that he had so that I can make sure there isn't any more hints I can use from that. Let's see here. Oh shoot, now I gotta find it. So many things going on today. I didn't quite get all of it in. There it is. NVIDIA Omniverse. It's like black magic, he said. Alright, well, I'm in the right direction. So this is a software that I installed. And there's Omniverse Cache. So I've got a couple folders that I've directed it to so that it's storing it on my hard drive where these files go. I don't know. I could have went to my C drive by default, but specifically told it to go to one of my other drives so that we can have like different, I don't know, so that it's on a different hard drive in case this ends up being a huge thing. NVIDIA Omniverse Cache is a service that optimizes data transfers between Nucleus and Omniverse apps and connectors on user workstations. Host data with Nucleus Docker. Okay, I don't know if that's what we want. Exchange. What do we got here? Agent. Hey, it's the Marbles RTX. It was a playable physics-based minigame. First showcased GeForce. Entirely ray traced. Sometimes you'll see like little videos of this running. You can just install it. Oh. Okay, that's not what I came here for though. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I don't know. Omniverse Drive, Omniverse Cache, probably the stuff that you install. Create. View. Nucleus. Workstation offers a set of fundamental services that allow variant client applications, renderers, microservices. I'm gonna do a Google search real soon. Learn. There we go. Don't have to do Google search. Great app. Reverse tutorials. Basics. Create production part. Scene editing, rendering. Asset exporting workflow. Cover basics like Omniverse Create with Autodesk Maya in a creative workflow. Covers how to export assets including geometry, materials, and cameras from Autodesk Maya to Omniverse. Video covers multiple methods to upload assets to Nucleus server collaborating. Okay, well we could start there, I guess. Okay. Let's see if Omni Universe got installed in my Maya. Oh, here's Gabe's rigging scene here. Look at this, I'm working on your stuff. Actually, that reminds me, I've got a whole bunch of stuff open over here. Look, we got it all set up. We're working away at it. Mission in progress. Trying to get into the blade spinning right now. But what I really wanted to do was see the plugin. I'm going to close this stuff. And we're going to get to, I have to reopen it. If there is a plugin, I want to find out. I have the latest version of Maya as well. This is the 2022.2. Plugin manager. Is there an Omni? No, there isn't. Is there a USD? Oh, there is. Okay, this tells me how to put it in. Holy cow. It was really fast. This is a high speed tutorial video. Oh yeah, my Autodesk My Omniverse connector. Install. What other kind of connectors do they have? 3D Max, Rivet, Sample. Hey, here's our Unreal 4.25, 4.26, 4.27. Alright, I want that one too. Install. Oh, I should probably close Maya. Alright, now it's installing the Epic one. And I'm just going to go to the, open up my Autodesk, see if I can find that plugin. Oh yeah, right away when it opens it starts to say set up for Omni Universe, although I don't know if this is for Epic. So, setup will install. Following folder. Program files, Epic Games, UV 4.27. Engine. Yeah, that looks good. Needs 1 gigabyte. Alright, go for it. Hey, there's Omniverse right there. Alright, let's go back to that tutorial. That was helpful. Somewhere. Here it is. Oh, wow. Multiple versions. Alright.
Launch Maya and do a quick check that the plugin was installed correctly. You will see the Omniverse menu in the middle of top of the interface. You can also check the plugin manager to see the install path and what is installed. When working with the Maya connector, especially when working with existing USD scenes, it's useful to connect to a nucleus server in case textures and materials are working from data there. Under the Omniverse menu, select the Connect button and enter the name and alternatively the port number of the server. In this case, I'm using an external server, GTC Viz without a port number.
Oh.
Search for and find a material library on our content server.
I don't know if I need to do all that. Alright, hold on. That was a lot of information really quick. So all I got is OpenUSD. That's probably all I really need. So I just got to get a file. So if I'm bringing something from Unreal to Maya, which was the goal, then I can probably keep moving here. So the installation for the 4.27 is done. I'm going to open up, I guess we can open up our backdrop here that we got, because that seems appropriate. Maybe we can export this into Maya and see what it looks like. If that's possible, we're going to find out. Just have to locate the file. Asset library, spooky room. Open it up. Hey, look, there it is. Oh, this is going pretty smoothly so far. Touch wood. We got live edit. Wow. Export level to Omniverse. Man, oh man, this is going to be super easy if that's all it takes. Well, here's my level. I'm going to do it. Let's see what it does. Shader export, modular export. I wonder what the difference is. Materials are exported for each asset. This allows asset directory to be moved easily as it's self-contained. Shader export organizes materials into a directory to be shared by many assets. Oh, I see. Okay. So when Unreal works, it's sharing resources to be optimized. So it's saying, do you want to maintain that shared resources, or do you want to separate them all out so each asset can be extracted without having to worry about the shared resources? That's kind of cool. But I definitely want shared, because otherwise it massively increases the size of the export. Include model, include dependencies. Use core library dependencies. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Destination UE4 template path optional. What? I don't know. Texture size, using texture settings as export resolution. What? Using texture source as export. Oh. Okay, so I guess what's been set to, or what the actual raw data is. I'm gonna do what's set to. Export texture as DDS. It's a direct. What does that DDS stand for again? DirectX thing. Maybe it's something else. Include USD preview surface. Create a material override sublayer. Export physics data. Wow, physics data. Joints. Wow. I wonder if you can export control rigs. We do have a character in our scene, so we'll see. USD scene graph, instance scene. I don't know if we have a. We may not have a character. Well, I don't think we do have a character in our scene actually, because it might be referenced in a sequencer. USD scene graph instancing. I have no idea. Export as payloads. Export as Y up axis. Huh. Maybe I should do that. Export as payloads. Instead of references, each prop within a stage will be a payload. Sublevels as sublayers. Oh wow. This is dealing with sublevels, I guess. Include invisible levels. Oh yeah. Export decal actors as planes. What happens if I don't click that? Does that mean the decals don't come? Let's do it. Put it on, because we got quite a few decals in this scene. Dave, sorry I gotta bail early. See you next week. Alright, Dave. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Export landscape grass. Wow, okay. Add extra extension to exported file, i.e. stage BUSD, prop USD. Add extra extension to exported file. I don't know. I don't know anything about USD. Checkpoint comment optional. All right, we're just gonna okay. Input file name or choose file to override. Input file name? Huh. What does that mean? Is this level called backdrop? I don't know. Just gonna let it go do its thing. Oh, you know what I just realized is I don't actually have a copy of this backdrop. Well, no, I do actually on my backup hard drive, so I guess in theory I could rescue it if I had to. So what happened there? That was a very disappointing ending. What's this whole input? I'm saying export level to Omniverse and it says input. And then there's no file in the end. I see some logs. Let me see if I can find any errors in the logs and then we're gonna go do some searches, I guess. I gotta remember how to do that though. Developer tools, output log. What? Input file name or chosen file to override being destroyed. It doesn't say it didn't work. It does seem a little bit suspicious. Let me try it one more time. Yes, we want that. Let's put it in a new place. Look, it made an Omni folder for me. Alright, let's do that. Save. It's empty. Alright, let's go see what happened in the file folder. It's empty. What's this? Sequence backdrop. That was made a while ago. And I was so thinking this was going to be a nice fast process. Let's go back and see what happened. Unreal Games 4 users live sync to send models into data to the Omni Universe Nucleus server. This not only gives UE4 users a first-class renderer through Omniverse View and Omniverse Create, but also the ability to open, edit, and sync any applications supporting the Omniverse Connect. UE4 connector allows users to export scene geometry and material content to UST Omniverse. And material definition language. Its plugins, material exports, unlocks access to Unreal Engine's industry-leading material editor as one of the easiest, quickest ways to do an author material. I feel like I gotta connect to a server or something. Which... Oh, local server. Oh. Oh, here we go. What's happening here? Oh, localhost failed. What was with all that stuff that showed up all of a sudden? What is? Why am I seeing all the files in one go? It says clean assets, and then I get to see all the files? What's also interesting is why is there no more new folder? I made a folder and it disappeared. I guess it was empty, right? I guess that makes sense. Well, I might have to try a more simpler scene before I get too frustrated here. Let's try something more basic. It might be like not that far off from where I'm supposed to be. This is a very complicated scene to be exporting, so not making my life much easier here. I mean, there's an argument that I could export something from Maya and get that working in the scene, so we could do two things here. I'm just gonna make a blank scene. Or no, maybe I should do something different than that. Let's do third person. So I can run around a bit. Third person with a bit of geometry. No starter content. We're gonna put that into... Omniverse testing. All right, can we export this? I'm not getting it at all. Something's not right. It's probably the fact that I don't have a server. How do I make a local host? Maybe that's what I need to do. Oh, and then I was going to try the Maya one first, just before I get too deep in that. Make a cube. Export to... drive am I going to? K drive. Oops, wrong one. Omniverse testing. Gonna be a USD file. My export out. I don't know, just go for it. Well, that seemed a little bit successful. Let's see if that actually turned into a file. Oh yeah, there's a USD file. It's 3K. Let's go back to Unreal. There's such thing as a USD in here. A UPack. I don't think so. Otherwise I'd see it, I guess. Let's go to the plugins. Find USD. Omniverse Groom plugin for exporting Unreal Groom assets to USD as USD. Wow. That's cool. Alright, we're going to do the USD importer, USD multi-user synchronization. Wow. Okay. Hey, it showed up. USD's in here now. Look at that. I was looking in the right place after all. Alright, let's see what happens when I do this. Can I make a new folder called Maya Export Actors, Geometry, Skeletal Animations, Materials, Textures. Alright, let's do it. Hey, look at this. Static mesh. Teeny tiny super duper duper tiny cube. Well, that's pretty cool. It's kind of shaking a little bit. Maybe it's because it's super super duper teeny tiny. Let's see how big I made this cube. It's scaled 136 times, so that's makes me think it's pretty big, but let's find out. Yeah, it's like a size of a 6-foot person, 136 centimeters. Let's see what the unit size is. Centimeters. So 136 unit object came in as a teeny tiny object. This doesn't seem right. Freeze all the scaling. And oh yeah, recent one, import, connect to USD. Connect to USD. What does that even mean? Does that mean it's like connected dynamically? Does not exist on server. So yeah, we're back to this whole server thing again. Well, let's use the export one more time, just to see if that freezing the scaling has anything to do with it. And re-import. Am I missing something here for unit sizes? Purposes for imported. Flagged. Oh, look at that. It is huge now. So it did have everything to do with an asset that wasn't frozen. Oh.
Alright. I'll tell you the truth.
Okay. It's kind of okay, I guess. It's kind of weird though. But whatever. I mean, it almost makes you... Yeah, I don't know. You have to freeze everything, I guess. Okay, so that was a small success, so yay. Now I need to think of the next challenge, which mostly comes down to how do I get this server set up? Seems to be the thing to do. Oh, I know. Let's go to Unreal and see if we can export stuff. Alright, we're going to export this and this and this and this. Or maybe I can just pick... Well, okay, so the way that export sometimes works, you just grab everything. And you go up to File, you can say Export Selected, or maybe even Export All, I guess. Let's do Export All. what happens here. But FBX, LOD, OBJ, USD. There it is. All right, let's try it. And we're gonna go all this. Third person example, map, export, save. Whoa, here we go. This is the same menu as before. Shared export. All right, let's try it out. Camera vector cannot be translated to a MDL using a fixed value instead. Sky panning clouds cannot be translated. Oh, they're all sky panning clouds. Okay. The funny thing is I don't have any textures on the scene, so it doesn't really help me determine whether or not textures are going to come through. But it looks promising, so let's go for it. We're going to go Omniverse, USD, import USD, third person example map, import. Oh, it's doing stuff. Look at that. We got our skeleton mesh come in. We get some materials. Oh yeah, we did. This is actually working. Can't believe it. Now the reason why it's all sideways though is because I told it to be Y up, so kind of my own doing. So we'll do it one more time. Do file export all, and where's the file? Oh, I gotta switch it to USD. It's only 6 kilobytes. Guess there's no textures. All right, this time. Oh, Y up was not turned on. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it on. I thought it was because it was on and it was getting double converted or something. All right, let's go back to Maya. See what happens here. Import. Oh, I didn't click it. Import. Hey, there you go. Working. Look at that. The whole character came in nice. With the whole skeleton hierarchy in the right place. I don't think you get that from FBX. I think this is supposed to say something. Third person. It's like a text thing. I guess that didn't come through. Alright. Well, let us try this again. But this time, I'm going to do the other map. Let's see how it happens here. Still can't believe it's only like 6 kilobytes. That just seems ridiculous. Alright, we're going to open up the spooky room. Let's see if we can export it. Alright. So, I shouldn't have to select everything, just hit export all. Oh, but I don't have my plugin installed. Oh, I do have my plugin installed. No, I don't. Oh yeah, there it is, USD. Huh. It's weird. I didn't think I had it installed yet, but whatever. Alright, I'm gonna put that right on the bottom. We're gonna call it backdrop, export, save, turn the Y up. Okay. Let's see how long this takes. Might actually be a very, very long process. Well, while we're doing that, let's see if we can find some research about how to set up your own server. It'd be really interesting to have like a dynamically connected USD files. I don't know if that's possible, but that's apparently what USD is good for. Let's go back to learn. Oh, do I still have it here? So All Omniverse tutorials. Visual control, Omniverse basics. Vertical systems. Platform overview, Maya connector. Importing Maya Play Blast animations. Yeah, I wonder what that means. Live sync. Reconnecting existing files. What are you connecting with though? Importing MDL materials. Omniverse, 5 tips in 5 minutes. Omniverse. Alright, do that. In this video, we'll explore 5 tips. Start a project with lighting preset.
Series video, I will present 5 tips for Omniverse in 5 minutes. Tip number 1, stage template lighting. You can access the default template light by going to File, New from Stage Template. Then pick your favorite light setup, a studio light based on 2 area light, for example, or an HDRI with some sunflowers. Import your favorite character to the scene, and you have an instant lit image without the need to create a complex light setup. Now, you can enjoy the rest of the day in the field. Tip number 2. Add fire to the scene. You can easily add fire to your scene by turning on the extension flow USD. Then, create, flow, preset, and fire effect. To manipulate the position of the fire, you need to make an X-form and place the fire effect inside the main group. Select every part of the fire effect and just drop them to make the flow emitter prime a child of the. When the angle is correct too. When working with an asset, it can be difficult and time-consuming to position objects. To help with the process, Snap tool will snap in specific increments. If you select Snap in Spaces, the selected object by snapping your position and align obliquely the toolbar. Here, the pencil can remove Omniverse with Unreal Engine for real-time connection between the 2 applications.
Oh, here we go.
If you change camera, light, or object position, it will be synchronized in the viewport.
How did we get there? Let's go back for a minute here. So Create must be the NVIDIA software.
Omniverse with Unreal Engine for real-time connection between the 2 applications. Then, if you change camera, light, or object position, it will be synchronized in the viewport. You can create or import other assets during your live sync session.
What is that? It's got the little icon and it's live on the.
Reshape. For a hand runner, using machinery, use reshape, cartoon, sharpen. For final tweak option to explore cartoon. You can just say update in 5 minutes.
Okay. I didn't learn anything, but it was interesting. Let's see if the exporting's finished. Hey, that's finished. Wow. Cannot be translated. Clouds and spiderweb. Alright, spiderwebs are not able to translate. 110 source contents have changed. Okay, here's the big test. Let's see what happens when we import that into Maya. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. So we have an empty scene. Omniverse, USD, import USD. We're gonna jump over to Spooky Room where we have nothing in there. Uh-oh, that didn't work. It was going too well. I don't know what happened there. It sure did seem like it was working away at trying to export stuff. Let's just take a look at the logs for a minute, just out of curiosity before I get too far in here. Oh, output log is there already. Exporting to horror room. Oh, look at this. There's like tons of USDs. Every object got converted into a USD. That is definitely not what I thought was going to happen. Alright, well, let's... I don't understand why it changed. I guess because I didn't select everything before I did it? I don't know. Let's just go to content, do a search for star.usd. Oh yeah, here we go. Well, I guess we could have some fun just importing some of those to see how they work out. Before I go and try and figure out why it happened like that. Or how you can get it to export as one file. Let's see here. A creature. Meshes. Backdrop export USD. That's what I wrote. Alright. Do it. Huh. Okay, hold on, it's still loading. Got the cameras. We got lots of objects with groups in them. This is probably where I'm like, especially knowing Maya's optimization ability. My resources are probably just going through the roof. 32 gigs. 12 gigs. And counting. Oh boy, it's totally not gonna work. Oh wait, something might have worked. Ooh, look at this. Was bringing the whole level in after all. And it has textures. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. That's actually pretty cool. There's the spider webs that didn't work. They look like napkins now. But these all worked. We got all these little lights around, so the lights came in. Pretty good. Oh my goodness, and there's the cool creepy guy. Of course, I would be shocked if there was a timeline as well. I don't even know how it would know that, because it was a sequencer event, which is totally unrelated. The textures really are working. Even the blueprint door came in. Oh yeah, no blood decal though, although I may have actually moved the blood decal. No, I don't see anything there. What about the green goo? Hey, that picture's sideways. Was that picture always sideways? No, couldn't have been. Oh, let me turn off my desktop so that audio, so you don't confuse everybody. So yeah, decals definitely don't work. So what I'm curious is what happens if I just render this? Because if we got lights and we got textures, the part is not working. Oh, where's my Arnold renderer? Alright, apparently my Arnold renderer is turned off. What is it? A to Maya? A to M? Import, export. Maya to Arnold. There it is. Oh, it is loaded. What do I just have to go to modeling or something? Where the heck has it gone? I don't see it. Huh. Well, I guess I could just render it with whatever. Oh, here, what's the rendering software we have here? Oh, yeah, Arnold Render. Let's just render it using the regular renderer. See what happens here. This is where my computer dies. Horrible, painful death. trying to load on the other screen here. It's coming. Maybe I can try and reduce the priority of my rendering here before everything collapses. Okay. Hopefully I've just changed the priority of my Maya to really low priority. So hopefully I'm still streaming okay. There was definitely a hiccup that just happened there. Alright, looks like things are okay. Hey Josh! Your face matches your computer struggling, yeah. We're connected. My emotional struggle. How you doing, guys? It's been a long time. It is rendering over here, by the way. It's very cool. I just can't move it to the other screen, so just have to take my word for it until it's finished. Actually, almost. It's like about halfway finished now. Glitched for a few seconds. That's good. Yeah, I've never, I don't do Maya renders very often inside of my stream, so I do know that when Arnold renders, it uses my CPU like crazy. In fact, it's a really good way to do, like, if you're overclocking your CPU and you want to test out your machine, just do an Arnold render. And you'll find out if you've got your CPU clocked in right. Anyway, I think my mission is pretty much successful here with this whole getting the USD working. It really does work really well, like way better than FBX and pretty impressive. And I feel like because of the dates of some of these plugins, this is an option that just wasn't available not that long ago. Like, I don't know when these connector plugins became available, but it does work for sure. I don't remember how to. Oh, is this a connector? Here it is. Somewhere in there it said what you could pick previous versions or something, but I don't know where that went. It's just kind of cool to see some sort of dating of how the iterations went before it came out of beta. Oh, here we go. 2018. So yeah, a couple of years, I guess, potentially. But I know the one that came, the USD support for Unreal is pretty new. Here's the render! Finished! It's a little bit... Oh look, there's a little person down there. What does that mean? Ash says, I've been on Blender and GPU renders. My subscription is too much for me. Got tired of chasing updates, dodgy copies. I think you and a lot of people are in the same boat on that. It's like... Maya is making it harder and harder and harder to use, which makes no sense. Whoa, these curtains are really bright pink. And I think that's discouraging a lot of people just at the time where Blender is like becoming more and more mainstream. There's quite a few students that are like, they just don't use Maya at all. But I don't know anyone in a studio yet who uses. He is just a little guy down there. That's hilarious. He used to be a normal sized dude over here when I just looked at it. Oh, he is a little. He is. Whoa, we got a big version and a tiny version? I had no idea. That's weird. That says I like the look of that render except for the curtains. Yeah. What's up with the curtains? Who chose that color scheme? That was a terrible decision. Let's see here. What was the curtain called? This props curtain. Nope, that is not working. The spider webs kind of worked. Well, sort of worked. Reminds me of that movie, The Gate. Little guy. Oh, the little guy. I think it's a bad material. I think? Wrong material for the renderer. It was a transparent material. Transparency material. So, but like what was interesting is that the, oh shoot, how do I go back to the previous render? That it? Yeah, that's it. The cobwebs are kind of working. I mean, there's definitely some sign of transparency trying to happen there. Oh shoot, how do I move this thing again? There we go. So there is some transparency to it though, even though it said it failed, but the curtains definitely have nothing. This guy's hilarious. He's like actually on the ground and everything. That's, I mean, it's kind of creepy actually, but still awesome. Food, pillow, curtain, here it is. Let's see if I can see how this is made here. These are using MDL shaders. I don't know anything about MDL shaders, but I realize now that they have a version of that. You have your material, your base color, your normal, A, O, R, and M. Roughness, metallic, ambient occlusion. Don't know where the transparency would come into play. Interesting though. Can we network those materials? Note color. Subsurface intensity. Definitely its own little self-contained version of how to do things. The gate had all these little evil guys running around it. Looks just like it. Really? Oh man, I gotta find out what this is. Those little evil guys. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's from the 80s. It totally looks like it's from the 80s. That's pretty funny. I think I've ever watched The Gate, but it looks hilarious, especially when you're thinking about, oh, we got one of those guys just down there. Anyway, I still don't know how the textures work for transparency. Maybe it's part of the alpha of the base color. sRGB. Yeah, no, it doesn't really make a difference. I'm not sure. Not even sure how to mess with it. But what I didn't actually get figured out among all these things was how to like do a live link server or anything. So I don't know if that matters or not, but it just seems like that having that live linked. I mean, the idea would be this would be a good pipeline for cinematics and stuff. If you've got somebody working in Maya doing animation, or you know, trying to figure out the proportions and the dimensions of where things go, and have a version of the Maya scene, the Unreal scene that was assembled in Unreal inside of your Maya, and if it was live linked so that it would just dynamically update all the time, like connecting to a USD instead of importing it, that would be crazy. Like so much more valuable. But I don't know. Local hosts, I don't know if that's Omniverse, local server, local nucleus server setup tutorial. Oh, Omniverse.
So first thing you want to do, of course, is to install both Create Beta and Cache. And on the computer that you want to be the nucleus server, create a nucleus. So packer files. Once you already have that, you're going to want the same
What did I miss?
Omniverse Create at the same level of interact. In my case, it's for my office. That enables us to be able to use Omniverse Create at the same level as interact. So, first thing you want to do, of course, is to install both Create Beta and Cache. And on the computer that you want to be the nucleus server, create a
Okay. So I got the cache installed. I don't know what this create and how to get create working. I can add a nucleus, local nuclear server. Key drive, NVIDIA, data. Yeah, that's where I told you to put it. Excellent. File location, have a large enough data storage. Yes, it should be fine. You're about to install collaboration server. Please create an admin user account. This account will have full administration capabilities on the server account. Oh man, I have to do the whole thing. Alright, hold on. Alright. And we're back. Nucleus Workstation. Downloading. Click on a link to walk through the collaboration process. Yes, please. Core Omniverse is a set of fundamental services known as Omniverse Nucleus, which allows a variety of Omnis-enabled client applications, apps, connectors, and others. Share, modify, authoritative representations of virtual worlds. Because it's on a network somewhere, who clients connect to it, sharing authoritative world state. Allows live syncing. This is published subscribe model where multiple clients connected to it in such a manner submits to change, publishes it. Are they saying it's like source control? Publish subscribe model where multiple clients connected to it in such a manner that one of those clients submits a change, publishes it, and every other cloud subscriber immediately receive that change. A little bit like source control. Nucleus represents assets in a hierarchy tree-like structure. Upload, download, and move around. Awesome me. Excellent name. Nucleus itself does not care what kind of files there are in there. One can upload anything to Nucleus of his unit file server. The most common file formats across the universe is USD. Ultimately, Nucleus is a collection of services avail themselves as a network to allow client. Navigator, storage, tagging. Okay. SSL. Let's see if I can do this. Hey, there's my account. Just like that. Magic. Called localhost. Alright. Well, now that I have one, let's go see what I can do with it. Let's add a server, localhost, add to content browser. Connected. Wow, it just connected. 110 changes. Oh, that's now I know what that means. That's all the USDs individually. I thought I clicked on not letting it do that, but whatever. Omniverse, localhost. There we go. Now we got some folders and files in this thing. Users. There's me as a user. Projects. Library. NVIDIA demos. What the? Brownstone demo. Worlds. What is all this? Oh, it's syncing right now as we speak. Props. Hydrant. A USD hydrant. Look at this. I just opened it from let's out to something with materials. What is happening? I don't actually know where these files are coming from. They like entire maps are being opened. Like it's a whole new map just for this one asset, which has no textures. Oh wait, we're compiling some shaders. So maybe we're gonna have a mailbox here. No. Let's see. Material instance. It's just a blue paint eggshell denim. Okay. Wow. Very complicated material for. It's from NVIDIA. And we're not seeing this material on our object, or is it just very, very bright? I don't know. Park bench. Let's try that. NVIDIA broadcast. Well, I can't see what it says because there's a failed message in the way. Has been a nightmare lately. It dropped a 240 gigabyte voice log text file onto my drive. What? 240 gigs? Couldn't figure out how my drive was full. They aren't answering questions about it in the forums either. Seems it's not just me. So NVIDIA broadcast, oh, that's kind of creepy, isn't it? 240 gig voice log? Like text file. So it's, you think it's like converting your voice into like text format and it ended up being 240 gigabytes in file size? That's insane. Couldn't check the voice log file because it's too big for any programs. Yeah, I was just thinking that as I was reading that. I'm like, you can't just open up a 240 gigabyte file in Notepad. That's crazy. I don't even know. Yeah, that's all kinds of weirdness. I'm sure it's just letting the conspiracy theorists go nuts. Way to trigger them. That definitely would work. Hey, there's some wood, actual wood paneling here. It's funny. Oh, that is a really high resolution texture here. Where is it getting this texture? It's only a 2K texture. Not as high res as I thought it would be. Well, if I ever find a 240 gigabyte text log file, I'll let you know so that we can share our sorrow and our lack of hard drive space. Broadcast, NVIDIA Broadcast, that's just the screen recording software, right? Is that all that we're talking about? That comes with your video drivers. Anyways, let's see if I can actually... What can I do here? Oh, we got a whole folder for MDL. That never used to be there. What are these for? Yeah, you can use it to adjust camera, microphone, etc. Oh, okay. Is that the is that what it's called? What is it called here? I got it installed as well. No. I think I have it installed. There it is. Oh no, mine's called the RTX Voice. It's not quite broadcast, but probably on the same track. Who made these MDLs? I wonder. Is this from like this server that's making them, or is it from when I exported my scene? They're all material functions, actually. They're not even materials. Quite elaborate. Well, let's see what happens when I do this in Maya. I think they say that when you connect it, it wipes out everything in your scene, so that may happen. The currently open file may not have the dependency it requires to chosen server. It may not work as expected. Pressing OK will close the current file and set a new server with the new Maya scene. It's okay, we can try this. Except for you forgot to connect. Connecting. Oh, okay, it's working on it. Alright, we'll see. I don't know if it's loading or not. But it's kind of cool. If I'm able to access the same data off the server host that I am from Unreal, and there's a theory that I could potentially transfer stuff back and forth fairly easily. Especially if you like make your scenes inside of the folder, maybe? I don't know. Although when they were talking about the demo, they didn't actually say like the project would transfer between the same two different programs. It was more like somebody would be using Maya on one computer, somebody would be using Maya on the other, and it would talk to each other. But it's a USD, so I don't know if it really matters that much. Oh, it's not loading. It was just on my other screen. Connecting. It's not at all related. I don't know. Doesn't seem to actually be doing anything. It also says sign in, which, I mean, I don't know. Is there a login window for signing in that I'm not getting here? I don't think so. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I mean, there is a potential interest. Oh wait, what's this setting say? Props. Destination MDL path. Built. Template search paths. Auto sign in on startup. Let's just try restarting. This one doesn't really say it's connected either, though. Oh, here, live edit. Enter checkpoint comment for switching to live edit mode. Testing, live edit. Reload stage to fetch changes from server. Save local changes to enable live edit. Okay. Oh, there, it's got the little live edit now. So, I mean, in theory, if I could find this bench, although the bench did say it was locked, so I couldn't really necessarily modify it, but I was read only. But maybe I could, like, duplicate it. It's weird, though, that it comes in like a map, which is like, well, that is strange. So, there's the bench. Can I duplicate it and put it into my own library? Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, now I can do it. So now I open this one. No? Yes? Oh yeah, it says 01. Let me change the name here. My Park Bench. Double click. Opens My Park Bench. Alright. It's in the library. Oops. Let me make a little adjustment here. Save that. Oh, there's a new map. Wait, maybe we'll save here. Save here. Okay, My Park Bench. Don't save that one. Save this one. Ugh, it's a new map again. I don't know what it wants. Let's go to the library. My bench map, just to be obvious. I guess you don't, maybe you don't have to save it. Maybe if you're live, then it's live, and then it just changes on its own. But surely you gotta, like, kind of be. Oh, it's read only again. Why? Let's see if there's any files on my local. For some reason my kids are banging things. I don't know why. On the meta content user groups. It looks all very encoded. I don't think I can just like jump in there and do stuff. Oh, library, MDL, base. There's lots of stuff in here anyways. I'm curious, how big did this get? 1.3 gigs. All right, I think we're done here. Let's go do our next thing. Getting into control rig. It's pretty good though. Successfully exported stuff. Didn't have a problem. That was good. And there's possibly more potential there, but just don't have a drive to really solve that problem right now, because it's like, if you're in a production pipeline, maybe you'd be all like, oh yeah, let's figure out how we can work live together. But since I wouldn't really be doing that or asking my students to be doing that, it just doesn't seem like something I have to solve right now. Okay. Slowly working my way back here. We're gonna jump back into Spooky Room. And, oh wait, I don't know why I'm going to Spooky Room. What am I trying to do here? I gotta come up with a way to do an example of what I want to do. Well, I think what we'll do is go over to our test SVN thing here. Oh, actually, curiously, oh, Omniverse is still connected, even though. Clean local assets. Ah, there you go. That's what that does. Oh, except for it still connected. I don't know. You just delete it? Oh, totally crashed. Didn't like doing that. Did that actually clean it out or what? I feel like once you put it in, you can't get rid of it. Omniverse is still there. Can add a server. I can do a live edit, export universe, clean local assets. I don't know how to make it so that you can like undo the connection. So maybe one day we'll figure that out. But anyway, what I want to do is go to server. Let's go to our banana project. We do some control rig stuff. There's some stuff I got to R&D. That's the spinning of the blades. I have some cool ideas to how to solve some of this stuff, but I thought, hey, let's talk about it in our stream. And we gotta do this anyways, because one day we're gonna import the new updated character from Gabe, but I'm still gonna be working with this old one for now until I get the other one ready. And we're gonna jump over to the control rig. Ah yes, last we spoke, I asked about spinning blades. Did we? Really? Wow. I wonder if I'm going to be able to help you here. Are we still asking about spinning blades? Or was this a long time ago? There's a couple cool things I've learned about control rig since last time. And there's lots and lots of stuff to learn. Actually, there's a really good, I guess I talked about last week. It's a really good tutorial that Unreal's kind of dropped. Or, oh no, I didn't talk about it last week. Somebody told me to go watch it, and I did watch it, and I was really impressed. Let me talk about it right now. Unreal Learning, I've been telling everybody about it since I watched it. But it's on Unreal Learning. Sign in. Ask the best way to animate such a thing. Kind of like wings, too. And was this in Control Rig? Or are we talking like just regular Maya? Or Blender, I guess, in your world. So never mind. Animation for virtual production. It's a fairly recent tutorial, and it has a lot of interesting content that talks about how to take character control rigs and basically just copy the data from an existing project, which they give you access to, onto another character control rig. Sorry, another character that's made by the same skeleton as the mannequin, which is critical for this whole thing to work. So kind of limiting in that sense. It doesn't really teach you how to use control rig, but it does talk about all the advantages of having a character with a control rig in Sequencer, and it gets into all kinds of great stuff that little tips that I didn't know about of how to merge animations. I don't know. I mean, I knew a fair bit of that stuff, but the really big one was the backwards solving, talking about how you can use that to clean up motion capture and do layered additive modifications on it. And I felt like that was getting pretty good at the end there, because it's really opening up the doors to allowing this control rig to, if you can get it to work fairly easily on a character, you can bring in motion capture, then you've pretty much got Motion Builder's pipeline figured out inside of Unreal. And they can demonstrate it right in these videos of how you do it. So it's pretty neat, especially since it's free. And there's a lot of customization about what you can do with this control rig as opposed to Motion Builder, where the whole HIK system is very closed in. It's just a module that it does its thing and you just follow the rules. But now this control rig is pretty much a scriptable thing. You can customize it to sit whatever type of character or do whatever kind of thing you want to it. Like this guy, for example. Fast moving objects like wings and spinning blades, propellers. I'll whack that on my list. Yeah, put it on the list of videos you have to watch. Actually, that one doesn't take very long, by the way. That tutorial took me just, I don't know, an hour maybe at most. It's pretty easy. Yeah, list. So what I was trying to figure out is, okay, so we know that in my blueprint we can create variables, which allows us to do like spin speeds and stuff. But if you wanted to be able to modify the spin speed in an animation, you need something to be able to select and modify in a viewport. So a variable is a hidden value that you can use to store data, but you can't use as an animator. And then I realized that when you make a new control, you can change what type of control type it is, and you can make it a float. So you can literally have a controller that represents as a float. And if you give it a value of like 50 and you compile it, it's going to move 50 units, but that's what's measuring it as a float. So it's like a movable object that is a float object. And so I guess it's got a maximum of 1, so let's make that a maximum of 50. Does that let us? Yeah, there we go. So now we have a slider, and that's how you can do sliders. So if you wanted the propellers, instead of animating the propeller around and around and around, we're just going to move this slider and go zzz, and it starts spinning faster and faster and faster. It's pretty cool. And I guess this is how you do like facial animation and all that kind of stuff as well. For like, facial control rigs and stuff. But the part I don't know, and the part that I was going to experiment with right now, was how do we get the propeller to rotate over and over, like more and more and more. So we can get this controller, and it comes in a little bit differently than if you get like a controller, any kind of other controller transform. You only get the values that it has, the float value and the minimum or maximum. And so this value that we're outputting, let's see here, was going to modify, I think it's going to modify this value. Yeah, this is the spinning control, so spin control. I mean, technically what I should be doing is modifying the actual joint itself, but for the sake of simplicity, let's just override the control for now. So we're gonna set the control. Don't need this. We're gonna take we're gonna add to the rotation, I guess. So we can take the rotation and split it so that there is a from rotator, and then the from rotator allows you to break it down to your XYZ. And so that well, let's just drive it directly, right? Like, let's just do a real basic test before we get into the whole trying to do stuff here. So we know that what is it? Spin blade. Which value is it? It looks like it's Y is modifying. So if I put this onto the Y, compile, can I? No, this is that's not working yet. Oh, I have no execute for my set. Not even sure what this is doing. Let's sneak this over here. Oh. I just set the other rotate values to 0 and 0. Well, let's see if we got anything here. Hey, it does work. Yay. Alright, so we're making progress. We just need to get the other values. So we're going to get... let's see here. Blade. Spin control. We're going to get controller in its previous state. Now we need to type in rotator so that we can rotator it. We're going to put the Z and the X. Compile. Not yet. We're going to take this and add to here. Output. Nope. Oh no, it's going all weird too. Something's fighting. Shoot. It looks like it's trying to do... It looks like it's trying to put it back in its original state or something. Is there any other execute pin that's telling us to do something? Oh, maybe. Let's see here. I don't know. It's possible. Can we find the references? Propeller post, propeller spin control. Here it is. We're getting the spin control and we're assigning it to the propeller post. Are we? Why would we be doing that? Propeller post. I don't know what that means. No. Leg, 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 leg. Those are the 4 legs. Master control, root, body control. Propagate to children. What the heck is it? Let's turn both of these off. So I don't even think it's part of the hierarchy though. It's not even in the hierarchy. Oh wait, no. What's this doing? Blade, 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 blade. Okay, so all the blades are connected to this. Let's disconnect that for a second here. Oh, wow. The propellers are up here, but the thing is down here. I don't know if that's because I've broken something else beforehand. Oh. Okay. Sola! Up at the top, you unlinked an exe. Oh, for the is it this one or something? What did I do? I did unlink something, didn't I? Yeah, well, that was part of it. Okay. That was good. We made progress, except for I still don't know what the heck's going on. I must be rotating the wrong axis, I guess, but I'm still a little bit confused as to, like, first of all, why does initial have to be turned on? Because that's never going to work. I can't be returning the initial value every single time. There's got to be some sort of loop here. I'm getting the value and I'm assigning a value slightly changed. That's just probably not working out too well for me. Maybe I'm supposed to set it to a variable and then return it back. That might work better. Try to do that. What do we need? Like we need to get rotator. In Unreal 5, there's actually like a way to promote to variable, but you can't do it in Unreal 4. You have to actually manually create your own variable types. Rotator. I wonder if this will work, or is it a rotate? Yeah, I think it might be a rotate. Really? Rotation? Rotate, rotation order, rotator, rotate to rotator, from rotator. How can you have... That must not be it then. I don't know. You set this as a rotator, it already has all the values. This is going to a rotator. This is just a rotation value from a transform. So what if I just set a transform, or make it a transform? So you can't right click and promote to a variable. No, they don't have that feature yet. I mean, unless I'm wrong. But I know that you can do it in Unreal 5. And then in Unreal 5 you can also do functions, which is like super awesome. But I need to work in the state that it doesn't, as if this doesn't exist. Alright, we're gonna do a transform, I guess, and that's gonna give us our rotation. So we're gonna set, oh yeah, that did work. Okay, we're gonna set the rotation value, and then need another pin, I guess. We should really do this a lot closer to our source here, since I don't really care that much about what else I'm doing there. It's a mess. So we're going to do another one where right afterwards where we execute this. So we set the value, and then now we're going to, instead of doing this, I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm just trying an idea. Get transform, rotation, rotator. Grab that Y. Compile. Huh, something. Ah, look at that. It's spinning. Does that mean I fixed it? I can't quite remember. Oh no, I still have initial on. Oh no. So it's possible that you just can't increment it in a type of control rig like this, where it will constantly increment up, because every time it rereads the whole sequence forward solve, it starts back from 0 again. So what it's trying to do, I guess, is maybe trying to make it move, and then it keeps resetting over and over again. But in theory, I guess you would have, maybe if I can put this into a, I mean, it's a pretty lame setup, but Let's see what happens if I put this into a sequencer file or something. There's another way to do this whole process, and that would be to do it as a post. What is it called? A post blueprint or something? And do it through the event graph, which is the second idea. I thought it would be cool if we could get it to run inside here. But yeah, it's flickering is here as well. However, if you take a look at the options that you get to animate with, inside of that, you get rotate speed. So it's actually an animatable object, and you can key it from 0 to 50 and actually have it animate if it wasn't, you know, flickering ridiculously. So if, for example, we put the initial back on there again, so it stays calm. Right, that would work. Maybe not. Still acting kind of funky. Man, what happened to that? Is this it? Oh, look at that. It's still going crazy on me. Even though it works fine in here. Anyways. Well, that was disappointing. Let's try the other idea. Got a few more minutes. So that would be, we want to go into an animation blueprint. Whoops. Does our character have an animation blueprint? Yeah. I think I'd have to make a special animation blueprint just for this occasion. Let's try making another animation blueprint. This would be the flying or spinning blades. How many ends am I putting in here? 2. And so instead of having any kind of hookup in the control rig, we're just gonna drive the one joint, I think. I forget how to do this. I'm like, wait a minute. How do I drive a joint to be rotating? Shoot. Is it literally just called like rotation or something? Rotate vector, rotate axis. Maybe. Make rotator. Oh no, that's something else. Rotate root bone. What? Rotation from this axis applied angle. Rotate a vector by its quaternion. What? Oh, interpolation. Maybe that's what I want. These are rotators. It's not working. I don't even know what I'm expecting out of this. Tries to reach target rotation based on current rotation, giving a nice smooth feeling when rotating target rotation. Delta time does seem to be... Oh, do I have to get delta time? It's not thread safe. I don't know. I thought it was going to be easier than that. There is a cool way to do it. I just forget how the... But maybe it's a little harder when it has to animate. I kind of felt like I was on the right track. Oh, except for I haven't actually proven that this actually does anything. Why does it know to rotate the propellers? Is that a question that came on recently? If it's relevant to what I'm doing right now, then it's because I don't know. I don't even have anything to do with the propellers yet. There's a way that I can get the joint and talk to the joint itself. But first I'm just going to see if I can get the root to rotate. And if I get that to rotate, then I'm golden for getting everything else to work. But instead of doing this, I'm gonna, what did I break the rotator? Now I'm all lost in my own control rig lingo here. And I'm modifying the X so that the X goes to the pitch. I'm gonna get rid of this. Compile. 10. delta seconds. There we go. I mean, I think it's spinning extremely fast. So let's multiply it by 0.01. I don't know if I'm doing anything actually. 0.001. Ah, that was the answer to your question. I'm getting a very small number. Maybe I'm going the wrong way then. So delta seconds is not the number I thought it was. I need to get like world time or something. Is that possible as a float? Oh no, got my weird display issue going on right now. Really gotta like take care of this problem. I think it has something to do with my video card driver. Just kind of flickers, and then I have to restart the editor. You are spinning it by 90. Good question. I'm interpolating it from a 0 to a 1 maybe. So it only goes by 90 degrees. I guess my thought was it would, as you go past 1, you would go to the next beyond 90 and to a point where you're eventually like circulating. It's just that the value I'm returning from get world delta seconds is just the fraction of time between each tick, which isn't even thread safe. So I really need like a better time output here. I've just never done a time output before, so I honestly don't know what it would look like. I'm returning 32. Why 32, guys? Oh, here, put now in there. There we go. Now we're incrementing by seconds. Interpolate speed, let's make that a lot faster. Alright, so everything's there except for whoa, it just jumped. Well, I suppose it would jump, wouldn't it? Because I'm like doing whole numbers here. Can we get milliseconds? Not even sure. I guess yeah, because the idea would be I'd put a multiplier to this so that I could like decide to stop it by just multiplying it by 0, and then I'd make it go faster by changing the interpolation speed or something. I don't know. Current is 0, target is 360, delta time. Oh, it keeps resetting because it's milliseconds. Right, that makes sense. Are we seeing? Is that what we're seeing? I don't know. I gotta come up with a better plan than this. I don't know if there's something else we can do with 9 now. Get like Unix time. That would be really handy. Time of day, year, month. Get 12 hours. Day of the year. Date. I don't know if you can get Unix time. I don't know. I'm running out of time and I can't figure out a good way to do this. I'll have to look it up. Maybe there's a better plan for like being able to increment numbers better. It's probably simple. Like you just take the number. Just do what I was doing before, right? Like just take the number, multiply, add by 1, and put it back in again. What am I doing with all this other crazy stuff? So I don't know. I'll try that idea. But I've run out of time. Thanks for watching though, if anybody's still checking out what I'm doing here. Even though I got really boring at the end, as sometimes happens. But I did have a pretty successful, let's see if I can get my screen switched there. I did get a pretty successful beginning half. We got to talk about USD and actually got something working, so that was really cool. The spinning thing I'm gonna get figured out and it's gonna get working. In the meantime, I will wrap it up. We're gonna have a Halloween with awesome monsters coming through here, so we did have a nice background for us to work with on our last stream before Halloween. And if you guys have anything that you do want me to talk about, feel free to bring it up and I'll look into it. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Cheers.